Greetings. My name is Pam Smith and I'm the Park Landscape Manager for the City of Farmers Branch. And today we're out here to talk about world conservation and specifically bring it down to Farmers Branch. As the Park Landscape Manager, it's very important to me that we take care of our environment. And one of the most important things you can do is to help us with trash. And one could be that you bring your own reusable water bottle. I have found myself that not only is it reusable, but the water stays cold and is much more enjoyable. So I would encourage you to get a reusable water bottle. When you're out in our parks, help us when you see a piece of trash, pick it up. We have trash cans located through all our parks. And look, right here happens to be one of these single-use water bottles. Do you realize that it takes a quarter of a bottle of oil to produce a bottle? And then look at where our parks oftentimes are located. They're located along our waterways. So it doesn't take much imagination to see how this bottle can end up in that creek, which goes into our Trinity River, which can affect our water quality. And the Trinity River goes down to the ocean. So while you may think one bottle in a park in Farmers Branch, Texas has no impact, it has a lot of impact. So please, if you're going to use it, make sure it ends up in the trash along with the other trash. Another thing that being a park, we have a lot of wonderful residents who love to walk their dogs. And this is a great place to walk your dog. But please, you need to pick up after your dogs. You'll find in our parks there are dog poo bags. I would encourage you to go one step further. This happens to be my leash, and if you will notice on it, I have a newspaper wrapper. I have a bag that came from the produce. So rather than get a new piece of plastic that becomes only single use, bring your own from home. It's easy to tie it to your leash. We just passed a trash can. There are places to dispose of it. One of the things I just learned is that as a gardener, we all use animal compost, okay? But animal compost is not all created the same. Dogs' poop tends to be very high protein, and because it's not plant-based. It takes over a year to decompose, and when it does decompose, it doesn't do good things for our soil because of the protein base. So it's very different than using cow or horse manure from an animal that has a plant-based diet. So while you might think, oh, this will just compost and be good for the parks, remember it's going to take a year to compost and the result is not necessarily good for our soil. The other thing is we're along the creek bank. In rains and in irrigation, those dog feces can end up in our creek, which again goes to the Trinity River and will be part of our water source, our drinking water source. Pick up your poop, please. Now on something that's a little bit more fun and conserves in that you're sharing with other people, and that book that you bought at the airport to read on that flight doesn't just become a one-use item. We have many little free libraries in our parks. So if you have some books you're finished reading, come drop them off in the little free library, browse, and find another one to take home. Something fun to do. And in this particular one, you have kids' books, you have adult books. There's a little bit of something for everybody. I know I often put in some of my plant magazines, so sometimes I think there's a real treasure in there. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is something that you may see in all of our parks and wonder, why do you spend so much time, Pam, putting down mulch? Mulch conserves our moisture, it conserves our soil life, it promotes healthy soil for healthy plants, and it's something you can easily do at home. You know, you can compost using your grass clippings, or you can bring in bagged mulch, but mulch is a great way to conserve this environment, protect this environment for our living treasures. I hope I've given you a few ideas, and I can't wait to see you in our parks. Have an amazing day.